Hey everybody, I'm Travis. I'm the string coordinator here at SDSU, and this is.
Michael Gertis, and I'm your orchestra director.
And we're really excited to have you guys coming in as new string students, and we just thought we'd make this quick little video to talk to you a little bit about fall semester and what you can look forward to. So I'll turn it over to Michael for a second to talk about that.
We know you're going to be really excited about coming here to campus, and you're going to have a lot to organize, including your schedules. As a string player, you can bank on the fact that you will need to register for symphony orchestra. There are 3 possible sections: 180, 380, and 580. Unless you are entering as an upperclassman or a graduate student, you're going to want to register for 180, and you'll want to make sure that you've registered for the section that includes a Friday rehearsal, because that's our string sectional. If you're a junior or a senior in status, you'll want to register for 380. Again, make sure you register for the section with the Friday sectional. And if you're a graduate student, for 580. And again, make sure you register for the section that has the Friday string sectional. Our auditions are coordinated online, and then they take place here at the school. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look in one of 2 places to find your audition music. Now, by the time you watch this video, the audition excerpts will already be available in our SDSU Symphony Facebook group. They're posted there as pictures that you can download, you can print out, you can practice off of them. Most of them are completely repertoire that we'll be playing this year, so it'll be great for you to get a leg up, and you should have about a month to do it. So the SDSU Symphony Orchestra Facebook group, you'll need to request to join if you're not already in it. The second place that you'll want to get to eventually anyways is the School of Music and Dance's website. So go to music.sdsu.edu, click on Ensembles, and you should find a link over to the side that has audition information. If you scroll down, you'll see information about the times, the dates, and you'll see PDF packets for every single instrument in the orchestra. Click on the instrument that you are, and you'll read everything that you want about auditions. Those auditions take place on Monday, August 27th from 5 to 9 p.m. And you'll be able to sign up for a slot by clicking on the link on that website. Click on the link, sign up for an available time. Please don't wait to sign up for a time because they fill up. Also, please make sure that you keep Monday the 27th that evening open. If you've registered for a class that meets during the audition time and there is no other option for you, send me an email and we'll find a time for you to take care of when you audition.
If I can tack on one thing to that. So the orchestra audition, especially for you guys that are going to be freshmen, this is your first chance to make a really great impression on your playing to the faculty. We're going to have all the string faculty or some of the string faculty are going to be there. So if you haven't taken many orchestra auditions like this before, make sure that you listen to the pieces several times, different recordings on YouTube. Make sure that you practice really carefully. For those of you guys that are my students, I'm going to send you little videos with some of the excerpt stuff so you'll be able to practice that with some help. But make sure you prepare. Make sure you practice. You want to feel really confident going into that first audition.
And make sure that you know what everything on the page says. So if it asks for an extended technique, make sure you've listened to the music and looked up what that means so that you execute it correctly. You'll really impress us, and it'll be a great way to start out your career here at SDSU. In addition to that, if you have any friends that are coming to SDSU this year, or you know anybody else who's not a major but is interested in playing a string instrument in the orchestra, please let them know about our audition process. And it's a little bit not fair for you, but they don't have to play the excerpts. So if they don't want to worry about where they get seated in the orchestra, they can come in and play an audition with just any piece of music that they've already prepared that shows off how well they play. You want a bigger orchestra, we want a bigger orchestra, we want to play bigger and bigger repertoire all the time with great players, so help us out, and if you know people who are part of the student body, let them know that that's what's going on. Speaking of which, I want to tell you a little bit about some of the repertoire that I hope you'll listen to in preparation for this first semester. It's the Bernstein Centenary, and so the orchestra's already played a lot of Leonard Bernstein last semester, but we'll be finishing up our Bernstein selections this semester. So if you want to take a listen to his Overture to Candide, which you maybe already know, his very first symphony, which you probably don't, and is quite beautiful, find a great recording of it. I recommend the Baltimore Symphony with Marin Alsop as a great place to start. But there are so many recordings of it that are just wonderful. So that's Leonard Bernstein's Symphony No. 1. We're going to be playing some movements from Holst's Planet Suite, so take a listen to that. we're going to be premiering a piece by our own faculty member, Joe Waters. You can't listen to it. So look forward to sight reading. And then during the second half of the semester, we have a very big collaboration going on with the School of Theater, Television, and Film, the North Coast Singers, and a professional Broadway actor who will be joining us for a performance of Bernstein's Mass. It's a giant work, and you should listen to it before the semester gets going and have a chance. Now this one, I have a really strong recommendation. Please listen to the Baltimore Symphony's recording with Myron Alsop. You can listen to a bunch of other ones, but don't start with Leonard Bernstein's own recording. I don't love it so much. Maybe you will, but I would steer you away from it. But that's the repertoire we'll be doing this very first semester, so it'll give you a chance to get going, and it'll give you a leg up on how these pieces sound before we ever get into rehearsal. The last thing I want to say to you all about starting here at SDSU is that if you're fortunate enough to be on scholarship, and we're fortunate enough to have been able to offer you one, there are some responsibilities that go hand in hand. So along with doing a great job of keeping your grades up and attending classes, scholarship students are expected to play in multiple ensembles. That means that if you're a string bass player, you may be assigned to play in any one of our bands that also need string basses. And if you're a string player who is not on the bass, you can almost count on the fact that if you have a good audition, you'll be playing in our chamber orchestra, which is a fantastically talented group of mostly string musicians. We sometimes invite wind players. We accompany the opera. We'll accompany a musical theater production next semester, and then we do some smaller concerts of classical and Baroque repertoire. And so please be prepared to join 2 ensembles this semester if you're on scholarship. That group rehearses Tuesday and Thursday from 5:30 to 6:45.
Great. And I'm going to talk about just a couple other things. One of the opportunities you have as a string player is to do chamber music, which is a great way to grow as a musician in lots of levels. Helps you play better in orchestra, helps you play better in your solo playing. The Houseman Quartet facilitates all of that for us. They will have a meeting the first week of classes, it's usually on Friday, and they'll give you some more information about that. They should be at the orchestra audition too, so they'll talk to you a little bit about that. Highly encourage you to check out their program. It's great. They have lots of performances throughout the year. Also, several of you have asked me about registering for lessons. Registration for lessons happens during your first week of classes. You'll get a card from Shirley in the front office, an orange card that will allow you to take lessons. Please prepare for those very seriously. Make sure that you're practicing regularly for your lessons. The first semester, especially as a freshman, can be challenging, and so balancing your practice with orchestra, chamber music, with your solo stuff is going to be very new, and so try and be as organized as possible. Start practicing now. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been taking some time off over the summer, which is great, but you want to start ramping that up so that you're not going from playing not at all right now to playing 4 to 6 hours in a day, which is pretty typical for a music major. So that's about all I've got, unless Michael's got anything else. We're really looking forward to seeing you in the fall in just a few weeks here, and feel free to shoot either one of us an email if you've got questions.
Enjoy what's left of the summer, start practicing, and we look forward to meeting you.